Anything else you want to add on, God?
Well, we was building on the truth known, remember, and divine law, and it's a little bit of its history, you know, because that's where I'm from. And so I'm hearing the he and her truth, and these are all blessings, and that's why I love the cipher here, you know, true born mild law, peace to the God, you know. He's added on to me as far as history is concerned of our nation, which is what I told him. That's what I wanted from him from the time I met him. I want your history, God. I want the history that you got. I need it.
So True Born is the one who started walking you through more of the history,
and
the culture of
the history of Allah's 5%. The history, the true histories of it. You know, I got a lot of the history. But he added a lot on to it, so that was peace. And then a lot of the guards I done got around here, you know, so everything has been peace when it comes to the building here in the he and her truth. As far as the truth known, divine law is concerned, like I say, we call it divine law. That's Dallas, Sudan, the South Dallas. We've named every area of our city where we build. You know, from Cairo to Cape Town, West Asia to Eden. You know, that's north, south, east, and west. As well, you know, the first 9 borns of my city is people like, you know, Rallah, I God, Master God, B God, True Born Shatik, Supreme 7, Infinite, Kiwana Law, also Shaheed and Sunborn. Those are the 9 born of the Sudan. And I've learned from all of those gods too coming up in the science, you know, in my city, which we had the University of Allah. They had the University of Allah back in the day, which is the only university of our great nation. You know what I mean? There's been schools around the nation, but it's only one university, and that was the University of Allah in Sudan on Malcolm X Boulevard, you know, in Sudan. So
who founded that?
The first 9 of our city. You know, they got together and they decided on the name and everything else, you know, as far as that. And then ultimately, you know, we ended up closing the doors in like the born, maybe like the born year, somewhere up in there, born year, you know. Yeah, it was like the born year, somewhere up in there. And then we just started, our street academy became exactly just that, in the street. That's what we was teaching, that's what we was building, in the streets. That's where the DSA was formed, when me and Iquan and OG Black Kane formed the DSA, the Divine Street Academy. It was because our academy was in the street. We didn't have a building at that time or anything, so we was on the corners actually teaching, just gathering them and getting them at somebody's rest and just building and building in the streets. And then finally we just got the youth and we started building with the youth, and it just took off from that point as far as the missions and the visions of what the DSA was going to do. So, you know, just that kind of history of the city a little bit. It can go in a lot more details of a lot of people that you may build with further, you know, but it was a great, it's been great for me, you know, through any and everything. So with that, yeah, peace, God.
If Mecca did this.